If you make the goofy noise, I'll cut your fucking ears off.
Helping. Good evening, I guess. Welcome back to BoomerRexTonight, your nearly daily source for news and politics. First, let me introduce Mr. Boomer Rex himself.
Yeah, welcome back.
Asshole.
They were all being quiet, and it was really bad. And one of them, right before that, one of them made a noise that was entirely too close to the goofy laugh, and I don't know what it is, but it's something about it, and it rubs my fur all the wrong way, and I would literally burn a human with a cigarette if they were to make that noise.
Special guest Sleet.
Whatever he just said.
And I
Oh, that's not good.
RisenLadyHeathen.
I'm just a nitwit. Don't follow me.
Oh, Jesus.
Like, comment, subscribe for more weird Disney threats of...
This group of clowns
Fight to the
can't
pain.
even be quiet for 10 seconds.
I was quiet.
I'm
for the
sticking
10
with what I
seconds.
said earlier.
All right.
There's more ADD at this table than at your average Smash Bros. Tournament.
I made it the 10 seconds, alright?
That's true. Sleet,
And
well
you're
done.
the
Sleet is the
youngest.
only
Good
adult
job.
at the table.
All right, let's dig right in. Oh, here we go. This is perfect for us. A middle school squabble. Tell me about Molly Edwards.
Absolutely.
Which one?
Gotta
We'll
love
find
it.
out.
So anyway, Molly Edwards, who was an aide to former House Speaker Representative Paul Ryan, breathlessly reported, "I just witnessed Pete Buttigieg and Chasten get turned away from the dip because they did not have a reservation. Most thrilling thing that's ever happened in this town. Electric."
She was so excited because they got turned away, and I'm saying
Yeah.
this in quotes, from a table
Yeah.
from a fancy restaurant, I'm assuming.
Yeah, and she's tweeting this out to the whole world, just a little breathless.
Former aide to that Eddie Munster-looking motherfucker.
Yeah. Well, and somebody who never really...
No, he had an asterisk for magical goddamn math.
She just never got
And he was a
past-
heavyweight policy wonk. I'm sorry. He was in a P90X. He's one of the, he used to listen to Rage Against the Machine, to which they tweeted, please don't.
Well, and we all know what P90X is really.
I'm going to jail.
It's a prison workout, let's be
I
honest.
want to
folks.
keep my seal of freshness.
So anyway,
What kind of meth did he do?
I mean, so here we've got this Molly Edwards who has clearly never outgrown her, sort of middle school
Yeah.
gossip.
Mean girl
Bullshit.
bullshit.
Yeah.
First
Just-
off, fuck a restaurant where it matters if someone got turned away. Who thinks that much about what they...
Oh,
if
it
you
gets
think
better.
about
No, no,
that much about what you eat, you can't be thinking about anything else.
Let
Like,
me finish, it gets better.
oh no.
Oh, fuck.
So anyway, she was forced to tweet not much later that they weren't being escorted out. They were being escorted to their table outside.
You mean, no, she couldn't tell from the cheap seats.
Just hilarious.
No, fuck these people. The social climbers will be the death of us. Like,
Oh, what a silly little girl.
Oh,
Anyway.
that was
She
funny.
must hate them
All right.
so much.
Yeah, well, anyway. Tell us about social security numbers of educators are basically posted online.
oh yeah,
This is...
doctors too.
So we're not even going to mention the governor's name. They have a trod rethug for a governor, right? Who thinks that the Post-Dispatch reporter should be brought up on charges. So let's review what the Post-Dispatch reporter did. In October, he alerted the state to a data issue contained on a Department of Elementary and Secondary Education website that left the Social Security numbers of educators vulnerable to public disclosure. And all you had to do to see their Social Security number was to look at the page source. Because they were loading, you were looking at a...
But yeah, they were pulling from a database.
And so they would load the record and then display selected parts of the record. Well, in order to do that, you have to send the record to the device along with the...
Parts that people shouldn't be seeing.
there's no parts people shouldn't be seeing.
I have a problem.
At least not in the page source.
As a professional goddamn goon, like I am more likely to pop out of a trash can and shoot you with a machine pistol. And I know that if you're pulling from a goddamn database,
you pull exactly what you want instead of pulling
Right.
the
Yeah,
entire
very specific
database.
fields, and in fact, you have fields that you would refuse to disclose. And
Right.
It's the same reason why most
Well-
of the back ends of banking apps you can do negative money transfers, and that should concern everyone who understood. Like, yeah, you can make them give you money.
So what you do is you pull the record, you move the selected parts of the record into a temporary record, which you then send, right, as part of the page source for display.
I can more rapidly pull to mind the math problem to figure out nitrogen dissolve rate per weight.
Well, and when I was his age, I regularly looked at page source.
Yeah.
Simply because I was into like, HTML and web pages, and
Yeah.
if I saw a JavaScript or something that I liked and I wanted to see how it worked or see if I could edit it to use it personally, I would go into page source. So this isn't difficult. Anyone can do
Computer
this.
programming is literally the best part of writing. in
And the
terms
part that
of,
wasn't supposed to be disclosed was transmitted by the state in violation of federal law.
oh, a bunch of laws.
So, anyway, so after alerting the state, the newspaper didn't publish its report until officials had protected the vulnerable
That
information.
is delightful. Did you see that? That was some adult ass reported behavior.
I know, it really was.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I had that kind of restraint.
The newspaper did not disclose any personal information.
Good God, no.
To be fair, I think the main reason they didn't want to was because
Oh, yeah.
they didn't want to expose the people who didn't deserve it.
So wait, so what's the problem? This dude is being shitty to the reporter? Why?
Well, he wants him charged with a felony
For what? What
for
was his
hacking
felony?
the state's.
He didn't hack anything.
I know,
He
but
went
Pushing
to the page.
F12.
He
Yeah.
hit F12 or Control Shift I on a fucking Chromebook. You could do this with a school-provided Chromebook without hacking.
All you have to do is go into your menu
Yeah.
of your thing and go to source, page
Inspect it.
source,
Yeah.
and
Like, I can make a
no,
good
you don't even need to do
argument.
that. It literally says
If you
page
right
source,
click in
and
the
it'll
page,
pop up a little
most
text-
browsers will give you a thing
It'll
that says
pop up a
show.
little text
Yeah.
box.
Well, and we now exist in a world where there's a legitimate argument to, right, cheat codes in video games are a legit part of, right, tool for the thing, because otherwise why would they connect to anything?
Yeah.
And this is little different, except they did everything right. This is wildly better than
Yeah.
Snowden and a hand.
So I'm really hoping they'll get him charged
Mhm.
because at that point, I think he has a cause of action against him.
No.
And I think he should be looking for $300 or $400 million.
Yes. No, I want to see what happens when we have an independently wealthy reporter. I
Backed
mean, I
by
assume
his
he gets eaten by
newspaper
his pet tiger. But
and the ACLU and the Electronic
Uh-huh.
Freedom Foundation and the
if nothing else, that's already got the attention of at least 3 groups. You don't want angry at you just in passing. Right, the kid that shut down Westboro Baptist for 2 weeks with about 3 cell phones and a half a roll of duct tape.
yeah.
Oh, and a lantern battery.
An FBI agent said of the incident, it's not a network intrusion. The state's
Yeah.
database was misconfigured.
Exactly.
So anyway,
No, it's the same as was it us? Was it, anyway, wherever was complaining about giving over some router information because there might be confidential informant names inside the. Oh my God, you idiots. I should have to steal a whole ass server. I should have to explain to somebody, here's how you take the hard drives out. Bring me the hard drives.
yeah.
Not just run in and grab anything with an antenna.
Just ridiculous.
All right. So we have another installment of Boomer Rex's About Damn Time. What is going on?
So we talked
today?
about this Indiana clown recently, right? So he goes to the U.S. Capitol on January the 6th. Yeah, with his Taurus.
Carry on. Oh, no, this is that shithead.
Yeah,
Okay, fuck this one.
Taurus Judge.
Yeah.
Taurus Judge, right? With his hollow
Oh.
points and his little 410 shotgun shells and then he wrestles with some cops and loses it on the ground right where he was, which is where the FBI found
That
him.
is not a bad choice as secondary.
It really isn't.
He hinted to the FBI that he wanted to kill House Speaker
Yeah,
Nancy
nah.
Pelosi. Yeah, he's going to remain in jail pending trial.
Good.
Right. So, anyhow. So he's got, to say how many? 13 separate charges, including obstruction,
Yep.
resisting, impeding, using a dangerous weapon, unlawful possession of a firearm on the Capitol grounds. Yeah, this is good. And the judge said the firearm was found in the same place where Mr. Mazza was in a scuffle with a police officer. That in itself is enough to show prior planning to cause grave consequences.
Oh, yeah.
So, fuck him. Lock him up.
Yes.
Yep.
And set his next hearing for December. anyway.
Good. So tell me about the food pyramid and James Bonnet.
God damn it, this one.
Yeah, this guy. Ooh.
No, because there's a thing, I'm going to have to say something dumb in the middle of this. Carry on.
Okay, so for those of you who don't know who James Bonnet is, he smoked marijuana in a senator's office during the insurrection.
Hardly
So,
the
now you may
first
continue.
time that's ever happened in a Senate office.
Yeah.
It
Right.
wasn't done under the shadow of a foreign flag.
No, but he's being like. He's
Oh,
got
yeah, no,
some
he's an
serious
absolute
criminal
shithead.
charges for this.
What I'm more annoyed about is
He got caught.
I don't.
No.
No, I'm more
Glad
annoyed
he got
about the fact his lawyer's trying to argue that he's unfucked his life and stopped smoking the devil's lettuce, and that's why he's okay. When I absolutely guarantee weed did not make this kid.
No.
Did he bash in a window? No, all I knew was smoking weed and the other thing in the food pyramid.
Yeah, tell us about the food pyramid. Then.
Well, he claimed to come to believe that the food pyramid wasn't right. The food pyramid doesn't tell you what diet to eat. The food pyramid gives you very rough guidance on what you should
And
consider
he did
eating.
exactly what every nutritionist would tell you, and he lost
Just cut
half.
down on the carbs.
He
and-
lost. Check it out, though. This is worse because you're gonna feel sympathetic at the end. He lost half his body weight over Corona, pandemic, and bubbled up hard. And yeah, no, human beings who lose half their body weight have a tendency to act out wildly and socially destructively ways.
Oh,
I could see that,
interesting.
yeah.
Their brain goes into you're starving. Find more humans to be friends with. More humans hunts better. Find the cheesecake.
So anyway, the fact that the food pyramid was fake
Find the burger
news
factory.
led him to believe the QAnon conspiracies, and that Wood and Powell and Trump were highly educated, sophisticated intellectuals.
Oh yeah.
I say, yeah, right.
They are none of the above. They're
No, but they were
exact
presented
opposite
that
of it.
way. Trump was held up as second only to the dude from Monopoly. Anyone know the name of the money guy from Monopoly?
No.
I don't remember,
He's
but
got
I
a
knew it
name.
at some point.
Yeah.
I know what you mean, but I
Mhm.
don't remember his name.
But that's my point. No, it's the same way these idiots shout about the Rothschilds because it's kind of a banking name they know, and they bought into some Nazi propaganda.
Oh, yeah.
What they really mean is the Jews.
Of course.
But
Yeah.
we did this. This is what an advanced understanding of what some very key set of words repeated often enough gets you. If we pointed an AI at all revivalist preachers, you would end up with the distillate of that.
Fair.
That would, at least for the religious, right? The people who they're calling up from the exact same pool of imagery. And that's what we're talking about, is we now, as humans with TV, have enough pooled visual resources to speak to each other in a weird, is it pigeon or portmanteau? Pigeon. Of visual memes and other things. It's how we know that memes are bad, because they enter your brain, the image is processed completely devoid of concept,
Right.
and you instantly take in the concept those words are. Before you go, no, it's not.
No, that's
Hillary's
dumb.
not going to fight the devil. She's not even that tall. There's a lot rude to be said about Hillary Clinton, and none of it is, Hillary's never killed anyone with her bare hands. That's literally half my problem with her. And why I don't think she would
couldn't
have
if
done
she
well on the...
tried.
She could. I believe in her, but she's use a tool. Humans are tool users. Get it done. No, I loved her answer when she was Secretary of State, and Iraqi asked her, America comes in and gives us a check with one hand and stands on our necks with a boot. And she's like, do you not want the check? Which is the most naked appraisal of U.S. foreign policy. We're here. Whether we should be or not, that doesn't much matter. There's Marines providing security at wherever we told them to. They're going to pick winners and losers. Yeah, you're a Potemkin capitalism till we move on to the next one.
Right.
That's every banana republic we've empowered.
Fair.
And that was us in the 30s, and that's where we are financially.
All right. Well, speaking of financially, let's talk about take this job and shove it.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Tell me about
They're
this.
quitting again?
I'm all about this.
Yes. Are they petting fish? Are they laying down?
So at first, businesses laid employees off en masse, right?
Yeah.
As the economy slowed. And then it began trying to reopen.
Oh, no.
And millions were rehired. But some either never returned or didn't return for long.
Yeah.
Yep.
So some industries in particular workers seem to have had enough of, right? So hospitality, restaurants, these are the junk jobs that the
Yeah.
American economy is built on. And so if you want people to work them, you might want to try to raise their pay a little bit.
If your hiring managers believe that anyone can do this job, no one wants to.
And if
Right.
you ever say the words, you get paid on sunshine here, fuck off.
And I say that being a human being who has ever worked hard to look for jobs as a concierge. Hospitality done right
Yeah.
is a thing to behold.
Yep.
The young man we met at that hotel casino,
Oh, he was so fun.
Jarhead, had gotten into hospitality, so he just got to do everything with a flourish. And
Cool.
Yeah, he was
that
the
was
bartender.
that was
He
a
was the
fish in a
funnest-
happy sea.
We hung out with him for a whole night.
Mm-hmm.
He was a lot of fun. He had good stories, and
Yep.
he was awesome. And watching him make a drink was
Yeah.
he was an artist.
But there was
I
a presentation
very
to it, a
impressed.
snappiness that you could tell that other parts of his brain
Worked hard on, yeah.
purred for.
And so stock markets did good, real estate did good. We've already talked
Oh,
about
the
it.
boss's interest did well.
Since November 2019, 3.6 million Americans have left the workforce. They're not coming back.
But luckily, there are
90% of those are over 55.
Right.
So,
that's why it's no fun to work with proper villains.
boy.
Because I can normally steal almost everybody's thunder, and like I said, this is an ADD table enough that
But
you've
yeah.
probably read more than one article about it.
Yes, absolutely.
So,
Moving on.
is there anything else you want to say about that?
No, I just,
Just so
They
y'all
love
they're
it.
getting
know,
exactly
Yes.
what they
it's the
deserve.
55 plussers that aren't coming back to work, not us.
Yeah.
So,
It's the story of the old elephants. The poachers
um,
killed the old elephants, and so there's no one to raise the young elephants. And then there was a period of wild, dangerous elephants.
I believe it.
Because Gen Z won't tolerate a lot of the Karen nonsense, like all the really crazy viral videos of the human that quit Walmart in the over the PA.
Yeah. That
That's
was
a
fun.
Gen Zer. They are done. They don't believe in the social contract, and don't worry, no one taught them about it. They don't know about Leviathan. They don't know about a lot of what would have been in a good civics course.
Or any civics course if they were actually put through one.
Yeah.
Twitch.
All right, we got some updates with Boomer Rex.
What do we got?
Let's start with Omicron, and you have climate weirding, and I think I have the same climate weirding discussion as you.
Okay.
So let's start with Omicron.
So, first of all, I want to send a shout out to Regenhilder Eriksdottir,
I don't have the. Hold on.
also known as Rocky.
Ah.
So, a Michigan school teacher was traveling over the holidays, and she was on a flight to Reykjavik. Her throat began to hurt. So, she works with preschool age children or young children.
Unvaccinated. children, you
Unvaccinated.
say.
So among the things that she had with her were quick tests.
Mm-hmm.
So she goes down to the latrine and she does a quick test. And it says immediately she's got it.
Oh no.
Right. So now she's COVID positive in the lavatory
She's
on an
being
Iceland
COVID.
Air flight to Reykjavik. So anyway, she is totally freaked. So anyway, she finds, the first stewardess she finds is Regenhilder Eriksdottir, who says, relax, we can handle this. And she goes out and she tries to clear out an area that she can sit isolated. The flight's full. She can't do it. She comes back. And the woman says, fine, I'll sit in the lavatory, right? And so that was her seat for the remainder of the flight, while Rocky brought her good things to eat and drink and so forth and so on.
Oh yeah, no, if you ever can, get taken care of by a stewardess.
Oh, yeah. So anyway, she's taken to the Red Cross isolation hospital when she landed. The two members of her family she was traveling with have tested negative, so they will continue to their destination. She'll stay in the isolation ward or room in the hotel. So Christmas was looking pretty sad for her
No.
until Rocky sent her some packages
No.
and sent her little gifts and stuff and a little tiny Christmas tree with lights and so forth. So anyway, pretty cool. Way to go, Icelandic.
Yeah, that is so sweet.
That's even more impressive just from the handful of flight attendants I've known. That meant she set it all up before her turnaround.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, hey, post office, I'm going to need you to bring these over a couple of days.
Yeah, she can do that from the airport.
Uh-huh.
Right. But anyway,
Oh,
excellent.
That is phenomenal.
Exactly.
I love that.
Yeah.
That is such a wonderful
That's one way to
story.
restore.
Happy New Year, the internet. Like, comment,
Right?
subscribe for more happy stories.
Well, we
before
don't
figure
have
out
that
some
many
more
happy
bummer shit.
stories related
No.
to...
And you know what I thought?
We
I found
would
a
if
good
you'd buy us an
story.
airship, you filthy internet.
I thought I found a good
Airship
story.
full of
and it
money
turned out
runs-
to
And
be
we'll
bad.
isolate on the airship.
For sure. Obviously, we will do a floating COVID isolation chamber.
There we
Well,
go.
people who have COVID
I've
join
seen
us
the
for
Hulk
COVID.
thing. We
If
can
we
build
get the
one of
COVID.
those.
We
What?
get the COVID, we'll take COVID people for.
No, I'm building a giant
isolation.
gerbil ball to put nitwits in and drop them on the country. Oh, we should delete that.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah,
send us
probably
money.
should.
Send us a gerbil ball full of money, the internet.
There we go. I like that.
Yoga balls work too.
Sign up for our
Climate
OnlyFans.
weirding. What's going on there?
All right, so Colorado Governor Jared Polis has declared a state of emergency.
Yep.
Gross.
There are two towns being threatened by multiple fires. The two towns are between Boulder and Denver. They're experiencing 80 to 100 mile an hour winds
shit.
with gusts to 125. It is just driving the fire before the wind.
Yeah,
Quick,
my
no, save them.
my source said gusts of wind up to 110 miles per hour. Hundreds of homes have already been destroyed. I think they're almost at 500 homes.
I think climate
It was a
change isn't
significant
real.
amount, but hundreds of homes.
Yeah, it's a
The
good thing climate change is never going
the governor,
right?
Jared Polis,
Imagine.
said this fire is not so much a question of resources. This fire is a force of nature. Joe Pelly, the Boulder County Sheriff, said, "I've never seen anything like it," explaining the speed and intensity of the fire, which consumed football fields worth of land in mere seconds.
Yeah.
Finishing with, and I quote, "This was a horrific event." Firefighters say there's no way to fight this fire. They're only hoping to keep evacuating ahead of it.
Yeah.
So this is terrible. It's directly related to climate change, lack of water. They had a significant dry, significantly.
And the
drier
air
years
is
than
very
normal.
dry and
They normally have more snow and such. They
Yeah.
haven't been getting any of that. So this is just another form of climate weirding
Yep.
that we have to learn how to deal with.
Behold
Yep.
the new weather patterns.
The really
They're
lucky
only
thing
gonna
is,
Colorado's fucked season. Got it.
I think we're going to find we lost some people in this, but the really good thing is
Some.
they're like bedroom communities for Boulder and Denver. So they have good surface roads and they have, major roads and they lead in directions that are useful, right?
And
Away
it's-
from the fire. So,
Exactly. And you're not finding people who this is all they have.
yeah.
Right. This is a community that can run from a lot of these possessions.
Yeah. We hope. We'll see.
Yeah. No, I
More to
agree.
come.
I also have another update out of Colorado. Remember that 27-year-old trucker we were talking about?
Oh, yeah.
That was sentenced to
Yeah.
110 years?
Yep.
Well, the governor has lowered his sentence to 10 years, saying, look,
Yeah.
you didn't do this on purpose. You did the best you could in the situation, trying to avoid it. We understand you feel bad about it. You do need to be punished for
And
it,
if
of
I
course.
agree with the state's argument that you negligently, disregarded your brake standards, awesome.
They've also set up new rules because of this for
Good.
safety standards for
Yeah.
trucks. So this has
You might try
caused-
testing them.
Yes.
and this man obviously is significant, obviously feels terrible about this and,
Yeah.
Sufficiently whatever. So he said, no, this is just proof of how broken our system is because
Absolutely.
people who have made plans and gone out and purposely murdered people,
Yeah.
are in jail
Spending-
for not as long as you. This is
Yeah.
ridiculous.
They're still in jail for less time than him.
Yeah.
I mean, he's going to serve 5 and a bit, but that's fine. That actually kind of works out to, look, if it wasn't someone I knew, because if it's someone I knew, I can't be involved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My
I agree.
answer is not linear. I don't believe in proportional response or society. It was all a lie. But Yeah, this is appropriate for what happened.
Absolutely.
So moving on to something completely whatever.
And now for something completely different.
Now for something.
Yes. God, I wish we were that good. Like, comment, subscribe, send me money, and we'll get better.
Right.
We'll take classes.
Did you guys
we'll get
hear
better equipment.
about this dumbass playing with the tiger?
No.
Which one?
No. Florida man.
So
Hold on.
Africa man.
No, everyone shut up. Dumbass plays with tiger, his hand bit, and pulled into the cage. So now his hand and arm are in the cage, and he's still outside of the cage. And the tiger is just holding his hand with its mouth. Because of course. This tiger was 8-year-old Eco of the Naples Zoo at the Caribbean Gardens in, wait for it, Florida. He was a Malayan tiger, which are critically endangered. Only about 200 now still exist in the wild. A cleaning guy decided to go into an unauthorized area to get closer with the intent to maybe feed or pet the tiger. No one really knows why. His job.
Why? Say you were there to fuck a tiger.
His job was to clean the restrooms and the gift shop, and he shouldn't have been anywhere near the animal enclosures.
Yeah.
Apparently, one of the cops poked at the tiger, trying to get it to let go of the guy's hand. And when it didn't, the second one was like, well, we tried, and just shot it. Like, what the fuck?
I mean, I probably would have pepper sprayed.
Seriously, the tiger is in its cage. Like, I'm fine with this, right? Like, this asshat can lose his arm, his hand. Like, I'm cool with that. He's outside the cage. The only thing the tiger has is his arm. This is not life critical, okay? No one's gonna die here. But the officer is just like, well, whatever, and just fucking shoots him.
I have an issue that there wasn't a handler for fucking.
That's my thing. Like, why can't we wait? This guy is obviously not.
I'm not gonna wait a whole long ass time. If it's business hours, I need a
Here's
human
my
that
thing.
speaks.
If he had shot a warning shot into the dirt next to the tiger, something like that, which is completely reasonable,
I was
I
completely
don't think I
plausible,
shot the guy.
completely reasonable, completely plausible, is something you can do. Fire a warning shot, right? Make sure you shoot it into the ground, not into the air. Don't be dumb.
I don't know nitwit Naples policy. Loads of places have a rule against warning shots because people don't understand warning shots don't mean into the crowd.
People don't, but animals.
Cool. I'm saying if policy is we don't do warning shots, which is a perfectly legit policy and plenty of departments have it for exactly a reason that we don't want to talk about.
Anyway, my point is that I just don't understand why this is always their first.
Why didn't you
answer.
pepper spray the cat? Why didn't you taser the
You can
guy?
pepper spray, you can taser the cat or the guy.
Yeah.
I don't give a
you're
fuck.
going to taser both when it happens. So sure, taser the cat. That would be fucking dope.
But it seems to me that we keep coming to this officer's second or first response is always to draw their gun.
That is their threat.
And
Their-
this is problematic to me. And it's just very frustrating.
It's very frustrating.
How did that start playing?
Earphone died.
But it's just very frustrating because it's just like,
That tiger's a lethal threat.
not when he's still in his enclosure.
Yes, I understand. I also don't think there were a lot of days at Academy in Naples, Florida about, so here's how you deal with a tiger, guys. Look, we should add some pages
I
to the training
personally do
manual
not
tomorrow.
No, the thing that annoys me is like if this dude had been mauled and was like dying, like maybe you shoot the cat and that's
If
a
I
sad
need to
story.
make the, yeah.
But he literally had his
Yes.
his hand, and this guy is going to be perfectly fine.
Yes.
He's going to be fine.
And this is what makes me crazy about cops, is that routinely I am stuck with the fact that the idiots I'm out to dinner with or sitting at this table with, if any two of us were selected, we would do better on these like annoyingly bad calls. Because like, all right, man, I'm going to tase the tiger. If it does anything other than fall down and fuck
Kill it.
off, shoot him. Just shoot him till the magazine's done. I don't know how many 9mm rounds it's going to take to kill a tiger, but we will have a guess, an informed guess after this.
Let's hope it's less than I have in this mag.
No, and I even
That's
would've
all right.
been
I've
cool
got
if-
another
Yeah.
mag.
I even would have been cool if they maced the damn thing.
Exactly.
Like, that's
No,
fine too. I don't care if they mace the dude too. Like, fuck. Don't put your hands inside. What I hate is when animals have to suffer because people are dumb.
because whoever wouldn't have 2 cat specialists on at the same time, so someone could come over and be like, I don't know,
It was closed.
bear mace. Yeah, I keep forgetting that.
Yeah.
Why was he even allowed in the enclosures?
Yeah,
There was
He
nobody
wasn't.
watching him.
yeah,
Snuck
he was there.
in.
So, lack of security.
Yeah, another thing that should be attributed.
Climb
No.
the barrier to get in.
Yeah, exactly. I'm also willing to understand why a place that runs a big ass cats, they will eat you farm is like, no, we don't need guards. What's gonna happen? We're gonna have to hose out the enclosure before we open. It's fine. It's Florida.
No,
It's not even the only building with a pile of skulls out
My
back.
only whatever about this whole thing is this is a critically endangered animal that just got killed because this
Yeah.
fucking idiot custodian decided to go play with it. Like, go fuck yourself, dude. Don't touch
Come up
fucking
with a better
wild
lie.
animals.
Custodian. Man, I've been trying to think about that word all day.
No, it just
See, I
It
had a totally
triggers-
different reaction.
it triggers something.
I'd have
in
lied
me,
and said I
it
was in there to
makes
fuck a
me
tiger.
So fucking mad. Fuck these people.
Or I was gonna eat it and take its power. I mean, shit.
Stop fucking with animals at zoos. This isn't the first thing I've heard about that.
No.
What is wrong with you people? Like,
You
there
heard
are
about the-
protection barriers for a fucking reason.
Their
for your
whole
protection,
lives
not the
devoid of
animals.
threat. They do not believe they can be harmed. Again, the thing about the January Sixers that was so interesting is those people move like a crowd that's never been pepper sprayed before.
Yeah.
Or that
They're
after
having it.
smell, that like high end tang to the
So anyway, I had a wholly different reaction,
Mm.
which was, yeah, you know what? It would have been fun to pet the tiger.
Oh yeah, no, I understand. Like I've been a
No,
security
but
guard at
now that
places where you
fucking
shouldn't pet
tiger's
the
dead
things.
because
Yeah,
this asshole couldn't keep his goddamn hands to himself. Fuck this guy.
you should rent him to a petting zoo.
Yeah.
If you want to know why to not fuck with wild animals, read up about the story of the poacher who killed an animal and, its parents came over and said, fuck you, and murdered
Ripped
him
him
in
apart.
his sleep.
Yep.
Good.
Good. He was torn apart.
That is
Excellent.
amazing. That is the type of justice I want to see every day.
Six Semper to
Cop
Dum
found him
Dum.
dead, torn to shreds.
No, I hope that something
Just
bad
shreds,
happens to
they
this
say.
dude. Like,
Yes.
really bad.
There is there's a YouTube video, or was, of a tribe of orangutans
Oh yeah.
punishing something or other that ate one of their offspring.
We started this with the. Oh, sorry.
It may have been an elephant. Whatever it was, they attacked it as a group
Yeah.
and murdered it.
It's the opposite of that scene in Tombstone of your friends may get me in a rush, but not before I canoe your head. And like, all right, motherfucker, get some.
I'll be your
Yeah.
Huckleberry.
Mm.
That's my favorite line.
I plan to duck and go for your gun. Good luck, stupid.
No, I love the end where he's all like, oh,
Yeah.
guess what? I'm staying and I'm
You know
gonna
this
kill
is-
all y'all. You better tell everybody because I'm coming for you.
That scene in ODST when like the grunt kills the medic and then just
Yeah.
everyone just fucks a grunt up because
Yep.
like, nope, just gonna pile on you. Oh, you thought you were dangerous because you're a big ape? We're the tiny ape that works. And when the one you're looking at, that's when they hit you. One you didn't
Yeah.
even know was there. No, we don't play fair, and we understood. We were the first ones to figure out we're the only one who's going to be around to tell a story. They pulled guns on us. What's a gun? Don't worry, we'll invent it later. Like, we were the first monkey to figure out drop pieces before anyone was asking.
All right, it is now time for your favorite part of the night, debriefing
I know.
with Risen. 17 Magazine Edition Part 3.
All right.
Now, I only got a few questions tonight because we got back late. We were sightseeing today.
It was fun.
So, yeah, we had a good time. So I only
got
got a
lots
few
of
questions
questions.
for us. Do you consider yourself a religious or spiritual person?
No.
No.
Spiritual. I consider myself a spiritual person.
Nah.
Yeah, probably spiritual.
Mm-hmm. Oh, no, I know. That was...
I believe there is a life force and a direction and a right. Right. It doesn't care whether I live or die, but I can sometimes scoot it in the right direction, and it's
The
hell on
Mule
wheels
of,
to
of
swim
Omaha
upstream.
of existence.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would say I'm a spiritual person with religious ideation. Like, I would love to find, like, I
Oh,
have
yeah.
parts of religions that I'm like, yeah, no, I can get with that. But for as a whole, like, I call myself pagan, but like I'm not Wiccan, I'm not Druid, I'm not whatever.
I've
like,
made
I
some
just-
deals with the universe.
Yeah,
But
yeah, I've certainly gotten into some stuff that
yeah, I'm not carving anything or buying any
Yeah.
gold leaf.
Yeah, you get into some questionable stuff, but you know what? Like, you have to sometimes just to feel like you're doing something, right? Like, you gotta feel like you're doing
That
something.
desire for the feeling of control is what's driven humans to be
Yeah.
in a position to ruin a planet.
Yeah.
So, moderation.
No, and
of
that's
all
my
things.
problem with religion.
Yeah.
Is that it too often elevates
For
the
too-
worst among us.
For too many people, it's a list of humans they're still allowed to spit at. And
Yeah.
don't spit at anybody. Oh my God, God damn it. Jesus, the monkeys.
So we've already answered this question, but you were not here for this, Sleet. Do you believe in love at first sight? And my answer to this one was yes and no. Yes, because I feel like years later you can look back and say, yes, I loved you. But I don't feel like the day you meet someone you can be like, yes, it is love at first sight and we are going to be in love forever. No.
I agree.
10 years later you are allowed to say,
I'd have rather
yeah.
heard his uninformed opinion, but
Yeah, I would say it's more of in the moment you realize something's there, but you don't realize it kind of thing.
You can love
Or you don't know how deep
somebody,
it goes.
or
Exactly, you
yeah.
don't know how
lust
deep it
for
goes. It's
somebody.
more
Oh,
of a,
yeah.
oh, hey, I want to be with this person for some reason.
Or I would
It's
like
more
to
than
try
it
to
is.
be with this person.
Exactly.
Or
like, fuck him in a
know
porta
them
potty at a
better.
concert. But
Yeah.
Exactly.
But yeah.
But that, I think it's incredibly easy to like say everything is love at first sight
It's easy
and
to misconstrue. other
hedonist your way through. Like, I mean, good luck to
No,
monkeys.
I used to have this friend.
God love you, barefoot
And
concert girls.
He was kind of like every other girl he'd meet. Like, he'd
Oh, yeah.
date him for like 2 weeks and be like, it was
That's
love
the
at
way-
first sight. And 6 months later, he'd be like, she used me and
Yeah.
bad things happened and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, that's
You
because you
told her
gave her
you loved
fucking
her
everything
on the
she
second
wanted.
date.
Like, don't let these bitches take advantage of you. What the fuck?
Don't tell him you love him on the second date.
Yeah, that too.
Don't expect a human being to fix your life's problem. Disney lied to you.
Yo, and that was one of his biggest things. Is
Mm-hmm.
he was expecting that they would just accept him as he was, and
But afterwards,
a
all of their
lot.
life would kind of work out without him having to do a lot and work on it. And like, yeah,
Yeah.
that's not healthy, the idiots.
no, he relied on, and he would blame, like, whenever he'd put on weight, he'd always blame whoever he was with. Well, they didn't want to do anything, and I wanted to go to the gym, and I'm
True,
like,
but they've seen their feet this decade. Like, so they're allowed to eat at McDonald's every once in a while.
but,
Well,
yeah.
eat at McDonald's. You eat a McDonald's.
Yeah.
Fuck, bro.
That's not nice.
Pay me enough money and I will just
That
straight
is
up
not
eat at
nice.
McDonald's.
Do you feel like you act differently when you're by yourself versus when you're with a group of people? Let's start
Absolutely,
with
absolutely, yes, 100%.
Okay.
Obviously.
Who doesn't?
Go to somebody else.
My argument is that of course you act differently when no one else is around, because I am the type of person that when I'm with different people, I will talk differently, I'll act differently depending on the group I'm with and depending on what we're doing. And that's just something that's been ingrained in me since I was a child. You got to blend in, right? When I'm by myself, I don't have restrictions. I can just run naked through my trailer and it doesn't matter. Like, I can go to the bathroom with the door open and that's fine. Like,
A
I can have
wise
a
man-
cat on my lap while I'm on the
Barnabas will judge
toilet
you.
and another cat at my feet, and that's fine. That's my
Who's
life
got right
and I
to?
love it. It's amazing.
You live 8
But I
lifetimes.
would
you
not
get to
do
judge
that
some
if
fuckers.
there was people around, right? I'm not gonna
So-
watch anime if I have people over. It's just not a thing, you know?
So I have 2 points. One is a wise man once told me you have to learn to blend or the world will crush you, literally just to hear the sound you make when you die.
Yep.
2, I can't cup a fart when I am at my cat when I'm entertaining. Like, hey, Barnabas, what'd I eat today? He's like, oh no, I'm dying. What have you done to me? I'm like,
Yeah. Asshole and I have been together for years, and I've always felt awkward watching anime around him until very recently when I finally just said, fuck it, I know this anime is like shit, and I know it's gonna be ridiculous, girly, like crap, but I wanna watch it. Like,
I made you watch a scene that made me cry in one of the Call of Duty games.
I know, it was so good.
I know,
Crap,
no, exactly.
dude.
Like,
It
the
was-
campaign
it was
just
good.
hella right. Oh, right in the feels.
But Do you have an answer for us here, Boomer?
I love you, Captain Price.
I think there are two layers of this, right? If I were going to go talk to people, right? First of all, I'm going to comb my hair.
No.
Yeah.
You stand up straight. You're gonna walk directly up to them with your shoulders squared. Stick your hand out and say, "Hi, my name is."
Yeah.
And followed by a short declarative sentence
my
of your
name
either
is-
needs or desires of
Yeah.
what they do.
But I agree. When you're alone, you can leave the bathroom door open and stuff like that. I don't think that my persona changes,
Agreed.
right? I think I put on a mantle of respectability. But yeah, that's probably what it is. Did you choke?
No.
No.
I realized I was out of coffee.
Oh, coffee time.
So,
Coffee break.
yeah, but I don't think that my positions change or my ways of expressing myself, or, I might say fuck a little less often, but
That's the thing for me. Like, I am more aggressive around different groups as far as like being open about my opinions on things.
Yeah.
But if I'm with other groups of people that I don't know so well, that I'm not sure, I'll tend to be very reserved in what I'll say. I'll talk about very bland subjects. I will change my entire personality
Yeah.
from one group to another. You can watch me flit, and if we're in like a large party or something, I'll be in one group, I'll be acting one way, in another group I'll act another way, in another group I'll be someone completely different. But yes, I changed my
I
entire
can't.
persona.
Right. If I'm among strangers and discussing the various merits of the smellable markers from childhood, I can't then pivot and be like, "No, here's what you do about that bill collector." Because they're gonna go, "No, you have a favorite marker."
You're not allowed to talk about that.
Yeah.
they did have different smells.
Oh my God. Right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's bizarre.
The black licorice was the worst.
So I rethought. My persona doesn't change
Watch this.
when I am with people that I know or care
Oh, for
about
sure.
or whatever.
Right.
If I don't know you or care about you, you're never going to learn anything about me till I know more about you.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
What I've learned to do to get people to open up is I'll tell inconsequential stories about my life or myself or a friend of mine. Oh, I had a friend this one time who did blah, 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 and this thing happened and it was so funny, we all laughed. But
And embarrassing stories. I'll tell you a million embarrassing stories.
oh yeah,
for
no,
free.
I will tell you every inconsequential detail or whatever to try to get you to feel more comfortable with me and to try to get some information.
And I get to pepper the stories with like quick, like one-off peppercorns of displays of competence on the way to, and then I threw up on the maitre d'.
No, and I do terrible around strong personalities because I have, had it built into me that, if somebody else is talking, you gotta listen. So if I'm around somebody with,
blowhard shithead.
I'll just let them talk and talk and talk and talk. And I'll try to cut in like a couple of times. And then when that doesn't work, I'll just stand there and be like,
So that's where I
well, I'm going to go get another drink now and then try to wander off somewhere else.
Yeah.
I need to go grab another drink.
And I hate the people that don't give you a chance. Like, I've been in situations where I've gotten stuck with somebody like that who just talking. You can't get a break in. And you're trying to like step away to like go to the bathroom because like you're about to burst. And this person just does not recognize you're turning your body. Like they're not recognizing the body language of I gotta go. And they just don't care and they just want to talk about themselves. And I hate it when they're like a little bit interesting. So you're like, I do want to hear the end of the story, but I'm going to wet myself if I stay here any longer. And you're kind of debating, like, and then finally I'll just be like, all right, I really have to go to the bathroom.
you
I'll
touch
be
them
back.
on the arm and say, I'll be right back. Don't move.
Yeah.
Hold that
I
thought.
have to hear the end of this.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's that. And those are our questions for tonight. We will have more tomorrow, promise.
Sure
But
about that.
I believe in us.
yeah, fair. Does anybody else have any thoughts for the evening?
Yes, we found a wonderful description for having a cat as a pet,
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
right? Yes, that you have kinetic art
Oh yeah.
that sometimes vomits on your carpet.
Yeah. Having a cat is having having a beautiful piece of artwork that occasionally vomits on your carpeting. Yeah, that made me laugh way too hard because I woke up this morning And one of the cats, we have a tiny little walkway because we had to, with Sleet being here, we had to rearrange the trailer a little bit. So now we have like a smaller walkway to the door. And there's just this tiny little strip of carpet. And that's where the cat decided to throw up. And I was like,
of
oh,
course.
that's lovely.
And so you'd notice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So, well, one of the three of them. I don't know who.
The other place cats are absolutely famous for is vomiting right in front of the toilet
Yep.
I could see
so that you step on it in the dark.
That's why I don't go to the bathroom in the dark.
Yeah.
I've had animals long enough that
Is that a guy
know
thing?
this works.
Probably.
Okay.
It's a territory thing.
Well, to be fair, my mom was always real big about having night lights in the hallway so you could see where you were
Fair.
going, and a night light in the bathroom so if you didn't want the light on, you could still see.
Yeah.
So
We
with-
usually keep a light on for the cat.
we don't have
Okay.
yeah, we don't have like night lights or whatever, but we have these little reading lights in the in the living room part of the trailer, which we just leave on because
Okay.
yeah, they're
Cool.
they're perfect for us when we get up and
Yeah.
whatever.
Okay.
So it's fine. But anyway, so that's the fun of owning cats, people. So if you like cats, and you should, if you don't, you're wrong.
Like, comment,
Oral or-
subscribe.
Like, comment, subscribe for more fun cat
Tell
stories.
us your cat's name.
Don't forget to heart and follow us.
MDMA might fix your cat allergy, and I have a thing.
I remind you, we are on. Let me
What
give
thing
the
do you
list
have?
again.
I'll let Risen finish.
Oh,
No, go ahead. Tell your thing while I look.
Used to was when we were fighting the likes of George Lincoln Rockwell, right? The American Nazi movement leader. One of the smart things that was figured out was the mainstream media shouldn't cover their marches. Because
Right.
if you don't cover their marches, they march through your square. And you had whatever, like Lowell had a good answer of beating every man, woman, and child who showed up for the Klan rally. But if you cover it in your local paper, you just made it through. They marched through everyone who read your paper's square. And that's going to make them seem like they have a bigger footprint. All of this being in relation to Alex Jones, who has turned up in too many of my news sites with the, oh my God, did you hear what someone said? And yeah, but he's
Just
saying the
perpetuating
same
it.
stuff he's always said.
Yeah.
None of this is new.
right. Don't rebroadcast him.
Yeah, he's going to warn about the globalists and the chimeras and the usual suspects.
Just a reminder, you can now find us on Podbean, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, Player FM, Stitcher, and Listen Notes. We are also on Facebook and YouTube, BoomerRexTonight. You can find us on Twitter at BRexTonight. All right, so that's where you want to find us. If you want to find us, if you haven't already,
Always
don't
check the
forget.
description.
Don't forget to tell your friends, your friends' friends, your family, your brother, your sister. I don't give a
Send 'em
fuck
link.
who you tell.
Sign up for our OnlyFans.
Share our Podbean, share our YouTube, share our Facebook. Get us out there. We
forget
love
our
you
phone.
all.
Send us money for the airship.
We've had a lot of fun with y'all
Send
once
us a
again.
Google Home full of money.
And we'll see you back here tomorrow night on Boomer Rex Tonight.
See y'all later.